Hello, Mr. Repzion. Call myself Guru next. It's a message for you. I saw the video. I need help. And that's what inspired me not only to upload first two videos, just to get this video done. You know, you inspired the third one to make in the same day. What the hell. But I have to do it, you know. I almost call it, I call it destiny that I saw the video in my what to watch list, because I have unsubscribed to you. I'll be honest, because I didn't really watch your videos that much, so I thought, well, it was not that interesting for me. Because the last one that I saw was you cutting your hair off, so I thought, what the fuck was that? I think on that point I stopped. I unsubscribed because I thought, what the hell was that? But now, the YouTube has decided to play around with the randomness. And everything that's random, I tend to accept that it's destiny. And if it happens, from random, and it happens the way that it's kind of weird, but it makes you want to do something. So it made me want to do this video, And I know this belief of you have a skepticism of destiny not existent, as it kind of ties off with the relation with the God and stuff like that, but I'll go into greater detail in my videos, of course, trying to explain what do I actually believe in. I do want to explain that much, that I'm trying to fill in the gaps. Like you say, you don't believe in God of the gaps, but I try to fill in every single gap with something that I could refill, if I see that I didn't do a well enough job of filling them. If someone proves me wrong, then I will refill the information that I have. And of course, because I value every single thing, I value every single experience, everything. I see everything as truth. And one thing I had a criticism of you of when you criticize, Onision and whatnot. So the view that I've got, that you support, there may be a disorder of, eating too much or something, whatever. And Onision would have opinion of just stop eating. I would support both sides. There is some kind of disorder, and there is you're able to control yourself. You're able to set yourself free from this disorder. And this, in your opinion about disorder overpowering the person, I really disliked that. I still feel you kind of thinking this way, but you change a lot of things. Like, for example, I think you changed that the value of the experience. You started valuing the experiences a little bit more, whether you had a lot of bad childhood experiences, of bad family, you got about the Christian church experience. Oh my god. Anyways, without getting into details, you have had bad experiences that you didn't want to think about, even. So you say, what's the worth? What could be the worth of thinking about this bad experience? But actually you have it, it's a part of you. You should appreciate it. That was my criticism at start. That's why at start I didn't just push the button to subscribe. Like, I was so freaking skeptical of you. But once you said, like, when it was a time where you were moving, and you said, now I kind of appreciate the experiences. I appreciate, stuff that happens somewhat along this line. that's when I started, thinking, whoa, you have changed. That's crazy. I really appreciated the change that came. And now you understand, you have this, some kind of disorder. You understand what it is. I really dislike the way that you understand it, because you probably look into the internet and you search everything. You're trying to search the words on your screen that would describe your feelings or whatnot. It's kind of a wrong way to do. You have to feel it. You have to understand it by yourself. You have to be subjective about yourself. You have to get inside your head and understand what you're feeling, and experiment with yourself. Try to understand when and how to change certain things, how to improve yourself through self knowledge, not some kind of words on a screen that describe certain disorder, and you're trying to find out what's the name of the disorder or whatnot. I don't appreciate that. I think that's a wrong way to go. I always come up with my own names of my disorders. Like, I have this targeting disorder, where I target a certain person. Like, it becomes my target. It may be uncomfortable for that person, but I am constantly trying to contact with him. I constantly thinking about him or her, whatever. Or I can't go into the detail, but of course I had this shininess of not enough confidence, and it comes from not being able basically to attach to people, because I kind of outgrow them, and you can feel that way as well. I think that you had to outgrow them, and now you're having a much more adult audience that you would normally have at school or somewhere. So yeah, I do understand this feeling, and I do want to start my own channel, because I might want to have the same kind of audience that you have. I think it's kind of important to have opinion flying all the way. Oh man, yeah. Hope to not it to be a big thing after this video, but anyways, a lot of responsibility may come afterwards. But anyways, there's one suggestion that I want to make as a person that I listen every day, that I subscribed, and I probably won't unsubscribe for a long time. He is Stefan Molyneux, and I'll put a video that I would suggest you to watch first that really got me moving. It's called One Secret to Ambition, I think. One Secret to Unlock Ambition. It's not about your problem, but it talks about how you must not think, usually. How you must not criticize yourself when you are doing something, when you're supposed to do something, when you want to talk with someone. You must not criticize yourself. Well, I cannot do this. Why I cannot do that? I will not do this well enough, or I'm not good enough, say a few words, I have this dyslexia on a few words. You can beat every single shit out of you, You can improve in every single way. You have improved so much. Why you didn't just say to yourself that I can beat any kind of disorder? I can say that any disorder that I have, it's not permanent mark on me. It's gonna be fixed once I put enough work and effort into it. Everything is configurable, whatever the word may be, but I just feel that you kind of have this opinion of disorders and illnesses of being persistent in the body, and they will hardly ever change, and that's probably the reason why you self-criticize yourself, because you still have this idea that you will not change, so you're still gonna stay stupid. But you know who's really stupid? Is a person who doesn't want to be smarter, who doesn't want to improve himself. I call him stupid. That's the person that's stupid. The person is stupid even if he's smart, but he says, "Oh, I know everything now. I'll stop improving. Yeah, that's good. I know it. I know enough." That's the stupidest statement ever, you know? And you saying to yourself, you improving to yourself, even if even by means that somebody else have to tell to you that you improving yourself, and that is the smartest thing to do. Like, you can never call yourself stupid when you're changing that thing. Like, you cannot say to yourself that I don't know how to draw if you are learning. Of course you don't know how to draw certain aspects, but you're obviously learning and you know at least what drawing is, so welcome to the world of learning. And you can't say you don't know. You don't know a lot of stuff. You know, there's this certain thing that I've developed and understood that you go up and you go down into the complexity. You learn how to draw, you learn the basics. Oh, that's what the drawing is. And bam, you see how complicated it actually is. But then once you complete this gap of complexity, then you go all the way up. And you only improve. You're not overwhelmed anymore. Because you know you're good. You know you're better than most of the people. And whatnot. And you already am better than other people. You already developed thinking younger than, I guess, would be the average. And you're still improving yourself much faster than anyone else. I would argue that's how it is. That's why you're one of the biggest inspirations that I had. Anyways, I mean, yeah, you brought the idea for me of making vlogs in the first place. I think you're the first vlogger that I even cared to look into. Congratulations, I guess. Anyways, there's also one aspect that I wanted to talk about, and it's called subjective and objective information or opinion. And this really ties into your self-criticism, as you would say, okay, I'll give you an example. I would say, you're dumb. Like, it would be addressed to you or whatever. Or you would see a comment saying you're dumb. You know, that's a common thing, I would say. So, how do you react to such a thing? You really have to ask yourself, how do you react to subjective opinion? Why it's subjective? It has no arguments. It is based on nothing. It's based on no truth at all. Because if it can be subjective, it is. It is, you know, if it's based on no truths, it is subjective. But now, there's an argument here. When I say you're dumb, there's an argument for me being dumb, the argument is, I say you're dumb. Probably I am dumb for saying that, right? Because I don't give any arguments for you to be dumb. That's the argument for me to be dumb. And the same goes for any kind of, you know, adjective you can put to a person without giving any objective arguments to base it on. That's very important. I found it very important to filter out subjective information and only deal with objectiveness. I would just laugh off, you know, in my head. If someone says, I am certain way and I know I'm not, like, you want to argue with that? You don't even know me? But the best way is to say subjective. It tells more about me when I say you're dumb, isn't it? It doesn't say anything about you. Nothing. Nothing at all. It just maybe says, you know, my opinion, what I created, what kind of opinion I created about you, but it still comes from me. I'm being dumb about certain things, that's why I created this stupid opinion about you. Because you know you're not dumb. That's what you have to know. You have to know certain things that you cannot criticize yourself for. You cannot criticize yourself for getting better. And of course, you criticize yourself for not doing some things well enough, but you cannot say you're bad or something. If you're getting better, if you're improving yourself, you went so far and you just can't do that anymore. Of course, you need to criticize yourself because you're making videos and you have to improve yourself through criticism, but you cannot, say that you are standing in this one place called dumb, that you have no speed, you're not improving or anything. That's what you have to separate from. And again, you have to separate the criticism. If it has no arguments, you just throw that away. And I know you had, there's a difference, if you say you're dumb, and you say you're dumb because you have this disorder or whatnot. But again, you have to not put a disorder into a place, into a thing that you cannot fight against. Of course you can. Of course you can beat it. It's harder than Onision thinks, but it's not that hard. If you just try. If you don't think, if you put your ambition, I want you to see the video that I've linked below. And what have I forgotten to say again? Oh man. Okay, I can talk about the destiny and whatnot and the experience. I think I covered enough. Just thought there's gonna be a lot of video left without anything to talk about. So I could talk about the destiny, why I believe in destiny, but yeah, you've been a big influence and I really love now making a video and being influenced. I call by destiny to just make it and to have this crazy start of a YouTube vlogger career. We'll see what happens, It's not me want or not want things. I'm just gonna do what I want and see what happens. But what I'm saying, shouldn't even say that, like whatever. So, yeah, it's all about, fighting and getting better. If you're getting better, you just can't criticize yourself. I do have disorders on my own. I do have had fears where I understood, I expose myself to fears, I expose myself. I do not think at that moment. I have to train my brain, maybe not to think, maybe I have to turn myself off at these moments. At points, I couldn't even call a person. That was so frustrating, this anticipation of a call, this thinking of so many things could happen. I could make so many things wrong and whatnot. But it's so stupid to think, to self-criticize before it happens, before something happens. That's what I regret for being shy off. I could have shown myself to other people. I could have made more experience at school. I could have, oh man, so many things I could have done, and I regret it. That's a lot of stuff to take in when you look at the past. When you look at a childhood and see so much regretful moments, so many bad moments, but you have to take it all in. You have to understand where did you actually came from, what experiences you have. You have to analyze everything, and you'll start, understanding all the patterns, where it comes from. All the disorders have to come from the past. All these things will come clear to you. I do believe 100%. Like, once you start analyzing and stop criticizing yourself, but understanding all of the details, all of the arguments, what makes it an objective opinion. Because if you believe in an opinion, it has to be kind of objective or whatnot. You have to objectifize the opinion for it to be important to you. But you still have to filter it out and understand how much argument there is. So hopefully this video was helpful for you. This is my first message, and I feel that it was very important for me to make this message to you. Hope you receive it, and I want to know how it turns out in the end. Maybe contact you, maybe have a discussion, maybe have a few conclusions set up, because what I hate video responses. What I love is discussions or live shit that happens, it's ranting, arguing, I don't care. Live stuff is much better than video responses, but hey, it's like not like one or the other, but it's still better than nothing to do a video response, I guess. So yeah, hope for the best for you, and see you soon or whatnot. I'll be tracking you. I'll probably have to subscribe again. Anyways, see you later, Mr. Repzion.